Okay, so now we're going to talk about cumulative preferred stock. So cumulative preferred stock is a special type of stock that has the right to receive dividends, even if dividends were not declared. So effectively, how you can think of dividends on preferred stock or cumulative preferred stock is that it's going to accrue or it's going to build up if it's not paid, if it's not declared and paid. And I will pay the oldest one first all the time. So I'm going to pause this video for this train to stop on here. I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that. So cumulative preferred stock. So how this works is that cumulative preferred stock is a stock that has the right to receive regular dividends that were declared, paid, that were not declared or paid in prior years. So first of all, let's define dividends, just in case we forgot what that meant from several chapters ago. The dividends is a corporation paying out money that they made to their shareholders. So generally speaking, corporations make a decision as to whether they want to declare dividends or not and pay them. But it is up to the corporation. They can choose not to, or they can choose to. But with cumulative preferred stock, if they choose not to, they still owe that money from prior years. So it accumulates, and we would pay dividends in arrears, they call it, first. So the oldest dividends first, and then we would pay the most recent dividends. And again, preferred shareholders always get paid before common. So if I had several years worth of dividends in arrears, and then I got to the current year, I would still pay preferred shareholders over. I would first off pay the old stuff, and then I would pay the preferred shareholders over the common shareholders even to begin with. So the example we have in the book here is we have 1,000 shares of cumulative preferred stock. It's a $4 dividend, and that means $4 dividend per share in this case, with the $50 par. And we have 4,000 shares of common stock at a $15 par. So it says on January 1st, year one, this is their stock, and then it says they did not pay any dividends in year 1 or 2. So they didn't declare any dividends in years 1 and 2. Okay, so now just because they didn't declare any, because they have preferred stock, it doesn't mean that they don't owe that money. So I'm going to figure out how much they owe per year. And that's a pretty easy calculation in this case. All I'm going to do is take the number of shares times the dividends per share to get how much they owe their preferred cumulative shareholders every year. So $1,000 shares times $4 per share is $4,000. So I made this a little differently in the book did, but in year 1, they owe $4,000 to the preferred shareholders, but they have not yet paid it, okay, because they didn't declare any dividends. They didn't owe anything to common. They didn't pay anything to preferred. They didn't pay anything to common. Year 2, again, they didn't declare any. So they owe another $4,000 to preferred shareholders, but they did not pay any, and they didn't pay anything to common. In year 3, they declared $22,000 worth of dividends. And this is all from the books. This is not just stuff I made up, but this is what's given to you in the problem. So they declared $22,000 worth of dividends. Well, they owe another $4,000 here. So in total, we would first pay our dividends in arrears, so $4,000. So I'm going to pay that one first. Highlight. So that one I'm going to pay out of this, and then this one I still have some more money left. So that one I'm going to pay next. So now I've paid $8,000. And I'm going to pay this one third. So now I've paid $12,000. And that catches me up. That gets all my dividends in arrears as well as my dividends for the current year. So I'm going to pay my preferred shareholders $12,000, and then the remainder, common shareholders get what's left over. So common shareholders would get the difference between the dividends declared and the dividends paid for the preferred shareholders. So the total $22,000, $12,000 of it would go to the preferred cumulative shareholders, and $10,000 of it would go to the common shareholders, and then pay the common shareholders out of that. And the next video, we'll keep with recording stock transactions.